In your inbox, you'll see a toolbar with 8 buttons on it. We'll focus on the Delegate button throughout this section of the tour. Use a Delegate button on an incoming message if you'd like to delegate the responsibility to somebody else inside or outside of your organization. This doesn't put a task on their list, but rather emails them to request them to do it and creates a waiting for you to follow up with them. For this tour, we're going to be using the inbox as shall be done now to talk about how to stay organized and increase your productivity. Let's open the first email Shelby received. Shelby is working on a conference for the Freight Knot Company, and Shirley will land as the person who takes care of flight arrangements for the participants. Since Shelby isn't the one who handles picking up people at the airport from his organization, he's going to use the Delegate button to delegate that information to somebody who takes care of that. The same toolbar is available on your open message as it is in your Inbox Explorer. Click the Delegate button on your toolbar. Now you'll be presented with a form which can collect the information to create a task or appointment as desired. First, choose a recipient, the person you're going to delegate this to. You may choose someone inside of your organization on your global list or create a new contact, whatever you'd like. In this case, we're going to pick Coordinator, Shelby's coordinator. Use the action in the drop list if you'd like to create a reminder, create a waiting for task, or simply delete the original email message. The default is creating a wait for. In this first example, we'll choose to create a waiting for task, which will create a task on our task list with the action set to @waiting for. This particular message is related to a conference that's coming up, so I'll categorize it with the project Organized Freight Knot Conference. The subject line will default to the contact you're delegating to, the date you delegated the message, and the subject line of the original message. You can choose to set a reminder on the task by checking the Remind checkbox. You can open up the task upon creation if you want to update the body or put other data in about the task. And by checking the Include Summary checkbox, you can include the body of the original message in the body of the newly created tasks. This is handy when you open the task if you want to see the original email text that was sent. Uncheck this if you'd like the body to be blank and click OK. A message will be created with the body of the original message and allowing you to enter additional information in it if you like. Click the Send button when you are done composing the message. Because we chose the Show Task checkbox, you will see a newly created task next. You'll see the selected project and action are visible in the GTD toolbars. The subject line is what was generated in the Delegate form, and the body of the original and sent emails are included because we checked the Include Summary. This allows you to see both the original email message and what you said when you delegated it to the person that you delegated it to. Once you've made any changes to the task, click the Save and Close button. So what happened? The original email is no longer in your inbox. That email was moved to the @waiting for folder underneath your inbox. It's important to note that these folders are only there for storing messages, and you shouldn't manage your tasks or appointments out of these folders. The newly created task is also now on your task list. You can access the originating email directly from your newly created task. Go to the task folder and open the task we just created. Here you'll be able to click Open Mail to view the original email. This button is only available if your task is created using one of the buttons in the GTD toolbar in the inbox. Let's process the next message. Shelby would like to delegate this email also. It's from Microwave, who handles wireless setup at the conference, and Shelby doesn't need to follow up on this email. He just needs to inform Antenna, the supervisor for wireless communication division in his organization. I'll choose Ann as my recipient and then choose Delegate and Delete. I click OK, and a message warns me that the email will be deleted, which is exactly what I want, so I'll click Yes. I click the Send button, and off it goes. So what happens? The original email is no longer in the inbox, the email has been removed, it's not in the @waiting for, and I haven't created a task list. I've simply delegated it and gotten rid of the email in my inbox. So far, using Shelby Done Now's inbox, we reviewed a couple of basic ways to use the Getting Things Done Outlook add-in to implement the Delegate function. Now let's cover a few other tips and techniques that you might find useful. I'm going to delegate a message from Shelby's inbox so I can bring up the Delegate form. There are lots of options on this form. By default, Include Summary and Show Created Task are checked. You can uncheck the Show Created Task, and when you send your email, you'll be done. By checking the Delete Original Email box, you are deleting the original email and not moving it to the @waiting for folder, saving space if you have restrictions on your inbox size. If Leave Copy in Folder is checked, a copy of the original email remains in your inbox and the original email is moved to the @waiting folder. It's important to note if both delete original email and leave copy in the folder are checked, the original email will remain in your inbox, but no copy of the original email will be moved to the @waiting folder. Finally, you can choose a folder for reference if you want to save the original message in a folder in addition to that of the @waiting for folder. So if you have a project folder, for example, this is a great way to quickly file it at the same time that you're processing it. Check the Save for Reference checkbox and the Select folder appears. Select a folder where you'd like to save it and click OK. The reference folder is then displayed in the Delegate form. A really good tip is that the reference folders and file folders can be assigned to a specific project. So once you check the Save for Reference checkbox, the reference folder will automatically be populated with the assigned folder for that particular project. See the Project Form tour for more information on assigning project folders for reference folders and file to folders. Use the Delegate button to delegate the responsibility of an incoming email to someone else and to create a mechanism for you to follow up with them later to make sure that it gets done.